I'm out in the vape trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Denver Broncos. And off we go from Denver. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First play and a first pass for Cousins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up Sackett. How about the defense there trying to set the tone on the very first play of the game?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a glow here tonight because they brought the heat right out of the gate. What a good job establishing the tone for this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. He's to the 10. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Williams again, trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. When you look at this Bronco defense, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Cousins. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Now Cousins. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Cousins pass intercepted. The Broncos take over first and 10.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shop.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his second interception.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. Over the middle and hauled in by Osborne. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. The Broncos at 7-2 here on the year. Their head coach, he's got them believing in themselves. They've won 7 of their last 9 games now.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here's Wilson to throw. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he's got it. Touchdown. Javonte Williams. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on fourth down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Third and long for Cousins. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. Finding Williams on the check down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
On second down, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and shorted the sticks.
And he will have the Broncos first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You build up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Wilson's throw here caught by Mims. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs. Wilson, he's going to keep it. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. After the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Now it's second and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 40-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now Wilson. He's got his target. But now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Well, the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, it certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On second down, Williams. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Wilson. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week.
And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it, and that'll be caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, here's Cousins.
Swings this out for Hunt.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
To throw, Cousins. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Cousins to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Drew Sanders. And the Broncos will take over possession here up at the 44. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee you he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
Hey, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
2nd and 10.
Throwing, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 3rd down, Cousins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
66 yards. yards.
And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Washington now brings this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And quickly they get to the line. Now Wilson on 1st down. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards, the final tally.
Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
14, got it. We can do this, offense.
On 1st down, Wilson. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now it's Wilson.
Throw to the right, caught by Dulcich.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson, a 12-yard touchdown run, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
Their catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They go play action. Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's a toss right side for Hunt. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. They tried to run it to the short side of the field. There just wasn't a whole lot of room to work with.
Yeah, it seems like things just kept getting strung out towards the sideline, and he kept looking for a spot to dive up into the gap. There just wasn't one, so that turned into nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And no gain. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
But there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into fourth down.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual. Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And that makes him now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions, because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Play action. Now Wilson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Throwing is Wilson. Rolling to his right.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Pretty secure lead, but what's the harm in adding another touchdown, right? At least that's what they were thinking on that snap. But if he wants to add more points, got to bring the throw down just a little bit and keep it in the end zone.
Well, the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up...
Yeah, And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll run again with Hunt. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
They get this out left and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Minnesota.
One last shot now for Cousins. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win them the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both
Nobody do it better than me, not incredibly. I do this competitively, uneditably. These falling silent when I walk up in the building.